Hey guys, it's Numistacker and I'm back with you today to do a special video and shout out for the humble British 50 pence piece. Yes, the 50 pence piece is often overlooked. We had our first 50 pence piece in 1969 and it replaced the 10 shilling note or the 10 bob note. After a brief flirtation with 50 pences with 10 or 12 sides, the Royal Mint settled on a seven-sided coin, the world's first seven-sided coin, an equilateral heptagon. The coin weighed 13.5 grams, 30 millimeters in diameter originally, although that was later changed to 27.5 millimeters in diameter. Caused a lot of confusion in the late 60s with decimalisation, where people saying, oh, I can't tell it apart from a 10 pence coin, and leaving the wrong amounts in change and stuff like that. So it's had an interesting history, and I think it's deserving of a little bit more knowledge and praise. So to illustrate the 50 pence, we have some beautiful 50 pence pieces that were sent in by a Silver Forum member for grading. And these two 50 pence pieces are a really good illustration, I think, of the whole concept of the collector's 50 pence pieces. So let's have a look at what is in the package. While the first circulation 50p's were produced in cupro-nickel as part of decimalisation, there are in fact some very special 50 pence pieces that were made in solid gold. Well, not quite solid gold, but kind of the normal regular British 90% kind of gold coinage. And you can see immediately the big difference between these two. The one on the right is larger than the one on the left. The one on the right is earlier. It's got one of the original, the Mashin portrait of Elizabeth, and then the one on the right has a later portrait. And let's take a little bit of a look at the earlier one first, the larger gold 50 pence. There are only two coins produced in gold, two 50 pences in the larger size. They are a pretty amazing coin. They weigh 24.12, or at least the actual gold in them weighs 24.1269 grams. So they've actually got a pretty high value just in terms of their melt value, although I can't understand why anybody would ever want to melt one of these. And this is unusual because this is one of the only, it may even be the only, dual dated coin. So this is dated 1992 and 1993, the same, and it was done to celebrate the presidency of the European Council of Ministers. Really, really nice coin. Not one that is seen very often. I'm not sure of the mintages. I can look that up and add it to the video if I get a chance. But there were only two of these larger ones, this one, and also there was another one to celebrate the Normandy landings. The smaller 50 pence piece has been the standard of 50 pences since 1998. And the smaller ones contain 14.2 grams of pure gold, so 10 grams of gold less in one of the smaller 50 pences than the bigger ones. And this particular one does have an interesting story because the Kew Gardens regular circulation coin turned out to be one of the lowest denomination circulation coin minted by the Royal Mint. And they put out this fact in a press release. Ever since then, everybody has been looking for Kew Gardens coins, circulation coins, in their change, and they change hands for between 50 and 80 pounds for a circulation 50 pence coin with a face value of 50 pence. But of course, the silver proofs and gold proofs, which weren't anything to do really with the rare circulation finish, have also been elevated because so many people now want a coin with this Kew Gardens pagoda. So the fact is that these smaller gold coins are actually changing hands for anything up to about £1,300 or so, compared to maybe 500 or 600 for a regular small 50p piece. So this particular coin with the pagoda in Kew Gardens in London has achieved a kind of elevated coin collector's cult status. Everybody wants this coin, and I've graded one of these before for Platinum Skies. This is another one that's come in for grading. The one I graded for Platinum Skies, I think, was the only grade 70 coin so far for this proof. So it's possible that this one might very well do as well, which will be really cool. That would be really nice. But people are really starting to try and hunt out these 2009 Kew Garden Pagoda coins, even if they weren't the actual circulation coin. So yeah, if I ever see one of these at a good price, I'll probably buy one for myself. In the meantime, I just have to take a look at some other ones that come through for grading. So you've then got the other 50p ready for sending to NGC for grading. I haven't yet decided whether to put these in for NCS for conservation. I think I'm going to. I think you can see that around the outside of the fields on this coin, I think it would benefit from a freshening up. And I could do this myself by just rinsing it in warm water with fairy liquid and drying it off very carefully. That would achieve exactly the same effect, I think, as conserving it with NCS. But I don't really want to be the person who ruins this coin. If it was my coin, possibly I would do that myself. But with somebody else's coin, I don't really want to be guilty of ruining it just in case. There's a few little marks here on the flip, and you can see that when I move the coin around, the marks change. So there isn't actually that thing that looks like a great big scratch on the coin is not there on the coin. It is actually a piece of dirt or something, or fluff inside the flip. But those two give you an idea of the small and large size. And I bought out also a couple of 50p that I have in my own collection as well to compare and take a look alongside those coins. So here's the first one. This one is the 2008 50p that comes from the Emblems of Britain gold set. So this was a complete set of coins ranging from 1 penny to £1. So the 50p is pretty much one of the largest of those coins, and that's really nice. I like that very much. It has the original design on it, effectively from 1969, that Britannia design. So that one is one that I have, and I've got a lot of the others, I think, in that collection as well, so ranging from a penny up to £1. And at some stage I might make another video with all of them in the collection, because they're pretty good in their own right. And then it's another one I bought. This one as a raw coin. It got a PF68, and NGC in their wisdom put it round the wrong way in the holder. But this one celebrates the 50p 2007 for the anniversary of Scouting. It's also a really nice coin. But I'm just wondering whether there are now enough of these gold 50p pieces to actually be quite an interesting mini collection in their own right, and whether or not they have been overlooked a little bit. It seems to me there's a pretty good collector's market for gold sovereigns, and a gold sovereign has under 8 grams of gold in. One of even the small 50p has 14.2 grams of gold, and yet the price of these coins is probably not that different to a nice quality sovereign with much less gold in it. So I know these haven't been on everyone's radar, and it may be that over the next couple of years, whilst people are thinking about these, and maybe as they introduce more of them and they become more of a collector's item, whether it is possible to pick up a few bargains on these 50p along the way. Let me know what you guys think, and whether you think that gold 50p will ever be anything worth collecting as a as a pursuit on their own.